everyone. This is Jennifer from National Latino Education Institute. Thank you for joining us today. We are excited. We have a special show today. I know last week we focused on our STEM Training for Trades program, and we had Irma here, who's a vet. And today we have our guest. She actually attended our medical office specialist program, and she's still actually in the program, about to go on externship. So she's going to talk a little bit more about her program, what she's learning, how she likes the program. And today we're focusing on additional education after midlife. So I know a lot of people right now are watching. They're probably wondering, well, can I go back to school? You know, I'm in my 40s, I'm in my 50s, and I know that Miss Rosa here, she can definitely talk about her experience coming to the United States, working here, getting an education, right? She's done it all, and if she can do it, anyone else watching can do it as well. So, Rosa, can you introduce yourself for the guest, please?
My pleasure. Yeah, it's really a pleasure to be here. My name is Rosa Paz. I am from Guatemala, and yes, I am my 50s. And yeah, I consider this opportunity a great opportunity. It's like a provision from heaven, because when you come to a new country, it's like starting all over again from zero. Sometimes you think what was left behind is not useful anymore, and you don't find where to make it fit here. But this is like a nice opportunity to get in track and what you can give to the community.
Thank you. And you know, we're going to talk about our medical office specialist program, which is a program that you're currently in. And for those that are viewing, if you have any questions, this is a live interactive show. You can give us a call. Our number is 312-738-1060. Again, if you have any questions, you could definitely ask Rosa or ask me about the program. And just to remind you guys, we are located at 2011 West Pershing Road, Chicago, Illinois. You could definitely watch us on our YouTube channel. We have Facebook, Instagram, LinkedIn, Twitter, and there's our information if you'd like to follow us. And then of course you can call us 773-247-0707 extension 200. So just to briefly go over, we have GED classes, so if anyone's looking for GED. We have classes in the trades, so if anyone wants to get into construction, they can come to us. We also have employment services, so if anyone out there is looking for employment, we are the people that you can go to, make an appointment or walk in. There are some required documents that you need to bring in, but regardless, we're here to service the community. Everyone, doesn't matter race, age, ethnicity. And the show that we're doing today, we definitely want to highlight, you know, age, race, ethnicity. We service everybody in the community. We've been around for 44 years, so that's a very long time. So there's a reason why we've been around for so long, because we have actually been doing a lot of good things in people's lives, which is what's great about us. And I'm not just saying it because I work for Nlei, because I do, but I listen to all the stories like Rosa's and testimonies, and when I hear it, it definitely touches my heart, and I believe what I'm doing is doing a great thing in the community. So Rosa, I know that for you, I wanted to talk a little bit about your experience prior to coming to the United States. What did you do in Guatemala?
Well, I can call myself like a hard-working woman, because I used to have even 4 jobs in a day, because I was a teacher, and I also was a biology teacher and a foreign language teacher. So I used to teach Spanish in my country to people that didn't know Spanish, that came from other countries. And also I had my own enterprise. Because I just made all my arrangements with the education board to legalize my typing school, because in my country it's obligatory for people for the students in junior high to pass the course of the keyboarding.
Okay.
So they allowed me to open my own typing school, and I had that. So I had like 3 different jobs in a day.
You were a busy lady, a businesswoman. You were a teacher. You taught Spanish. You taught biology.
I learned Spanish in my country, but believe me, when I came to this country, it was like, what?
Yeah.
It was too fast for me. But then the total immersion that I had the chance to get into when I came to school, because I started the school like 7 years later. But I mean, my English was not as good as I think it is compared as it was before. My English right now is much better. My listening skills, especially, that they took longer for me to develop. But I mean, it's never the issue that should stop somebody to improve.
Yes.
Yeah, I always think that if God gives us an opportunity, there are systems that are providing for us chances to improve our lives and lifestyles. Why don't take advantage of that?
Take advantage of it. Yes. So if you are here and you know that there's a service, take advantage of it, is what Rosa is saying. So we definitely want people to take advantage of our programs, or if there's a different program out there, don't be shy and take advantage of the program. But I know, Rosa, you came here to the United States. It was a little bit, difficult for you, right? Because the English wasn't the same as what what you saw when you were learning it, right? But now you're actually, you enrolled into Nlei, you got into our medical office specialist program. So tell me, why did you get into our medical office specialist program at Nlei?
There are a difference in the school levels from my country to this country, because I was a bilingual secretary there when I graduated from what you call here high school. High school. In my country, it's like a vocational career already when you graduate from 18 years old. When you're 18 years old, you already have a career. And then in this country, that career comes like a high school. Even then, after that career in my country, we can go into the university, and in this country, you can go into college, right? What is equivalent, a bilingual secretary is like something that when I decided for this career is because it's like continuing the same field, because I was already learned in typing and some other skills. I started learning English. And then when I came here, I saw the medical office, the word office is like giving continue to a specialization to help in an office, in clerical position, right?
Yes.
So that's what I said, well, I'm not going to abandon my whole
past career
experience. I'm just going to try to make all the adjustments,
enhance it, make it better,
exactly, and keep working on that field.
Yes. Well, that's really important to make a note that she actually got the training. You knew all this in Guatemala, got your training and your education, that you came here and you said, hey, the medical office specialist program is a great fit because I already have that. And that's something that I wanted to point out. I know I was reading an article and it was basically talking about how, there's also better job opportunities because you already come with so much experience. So when you go in front of an employer, you say, hey, I did all of this already. I took this training in National Latino Education Institute, and now I have a medical office specialist certificate, which of course our training is accredited, which is nice. So if later down the road you say, hey, I want to get my bachelor's, here in the United States, you could transfer it over and continue your education. Are you planning to continue your education?
Well, yes, there is always, wherever you turn to see, there is a lot to learn. But I mean, in this field, in a clerical position, you need a lot to learn, especially with computers, which I didn't grow up with computers. People that is in their 50s, sometimes they don't even know how to turn it on or turn it off, and they don't want. The only ones on the bus or in the street or wherever they are that are not with a those
The
phones in their
cell
hand all the time, probably are the old ones. The people in the middle age, right?
In the mid-age, they're really not. Yes.
Mid-age.
So how was it for you, since you didn't grow up with computers and
I learned it here
you learned
in
it here.
Chicago. Yes, and I can say most of what I know about computers was from Nlei, because and you know what? I got a short course of computers when I came here in 2006, because I was that kind of people that I was nervous about turning on the computer. I didn't know what turning on first, and I was like shaking.
Yes.
Okay, because I never had time for that in my country. I never needed it, anyways. But this course helped me with the general, the fundamentals.
to understand
Yes,
computers?
how to delete and things like that, how to write a paper, a letter, how to send it and
Send
email it,
documents
just
and email.
the basic things. But when that knowledge helped me a lot when I was working. I worked a long time here using those knowledges, and after that, when I found myself without a job, and then again the provision from Uncle Sam, I will call God, and those marvelous programs, I had the opportunity to get into Nlei and improve my computer skills, because they went through whole programs like Excel, Word, Excel. We went through Outlook things, and
that's really important to know those things.
Covered, mostly the whole thing about each one.
And that's really important, because even when I went and got my bachelor's at UIC, we used Microsoft Word, but I really didn't use Excel, and I really didn't use Outlook in my training, because I studied sociology. So I just wanted to put that out there. I had to learn this through internships. Once I actually went to an internship and got the practice with an employer, they showed me how to use it. I had no clue how to use any of this stuff. So for you to say that you came to our school, you didn't know that stuff, we taught you how to do it. We taught you how to send an email, how to use Outlook, Excel, and make important documents for businesses. I think that's critical, because a lot of people right now are probably watching that are maybe in their mid-age, and they're wondering, well, I don't even know how to turn on a computer.
Exactly.
And you are right now talking about the fact that you did learn that. So that's really important to highlight, which I definitely like. And again, if you guys have any questions, right, this is an interactive show, so our number is 312-738-1060. If you have any questions, feel free to call in and ask, or definitely even send us a question via Twitter, right? I have the information right here. You could definitely look us at Nlei, and definitely could ask your questions there, and I'll answer them next week on the show. So you don't have to, call. For those that might be intimidated to making a phone call, we can definitely answer online, and I can answer it next week. So our medical office specialist program, I want to focus on that a little bit more. I know that there's a lot of medical transcription, and I know that there's a lot of medical coding. Can you go a little bit over that and talk about what exactly you learned?
Okay. These opportunities are for those that really want to improve themselves, because they are a little challenging, especially when we come from another country. I know not speaking that much of English, but by experience, I said you can learn it, and you at least know that there is something else that you have to acquire, right? And just don't give up.
Hey, there's a caller right now. I'm sorry, caller. What's your question or your comment?
Yes, I would like to know about the computer programs. Do you have different levels, and are they paid?
Oh, thank you for the question. That's a really important question. I think computer training right now, we did offer it in the past, computer training, specifically just computer classes. But right now, at the moment, we don't offer those classes, but we do have a lot of great partners that do. In our medical office specialist program, there is a lot of typing, using computers, Microsoft Word and Excel, and they are at different levels because they are, for example, Rosa, she, like she said, she didn't really know how to turn on the computer and she didn't know how to send the email. So, and then there's obviously other individuals that do they're probably more familiar with the computer. So, yes, the instructor does work with each person. Maybe you can talk a little bit more about that. Do they work with each person where they're at?
Yes, you can improve your computer skills through the books, because they are so good books that you really get there. And also when you are like stuck in some part, some classmate can help you out. The teacher is always in the room also, and they always come to answer your questions about how to do this and why this is. So there is always
someone
learning,
Awesome.
a constant learning in how to improve your computer skills.
Yes. Thank you, caller. Hope we answered your question. So I definitely wanted to, that was a great question about computers, and you can talk about that. You didn't know computers.
Exactly.
And I think that's important. I always, when I talk to people that graduate from our programs, they always mention that it's like a family, and everyone's there to help each other out.
That's another thing, yeah. Because Nlei is not just a school, like you are just putting knowledge in in brains there. You really find a supportive family. All the personnel, the principal, directors of programs, they are always available. They don't leave answers for later. They try to solve your problem, to help you out immediately. As soon as they can, they help. That's my experience. They are excellent. They go more than what they are supposed to do.
We go above and beyond, right? Above and beyond.
Yeah, that's a good experience.
So Rosa, I know that as someone that's older, maybe you can even talk about the fact that, someone might be thinking, well, I can't, I have to provide for my family. I need work. Even though we're there to have employment services and we're there to help people find jobs, what would you recommend someone? Because I know you did work study, right? You actually worked with us really closely.
Yes, I did. Yeah, that's very supportive, because at some stage I lost my husband when I was already in the program, so his Social Security stopped. Right, okay. So I got into this problem that I have a grant from the state for my study, but what about my food, right?
Yeah.
So the work study helped me a lot, and God provides from everywhere. But I am here. I could finish the whole training. I'm going to externship, and I can say I have been supported. I always find a support. The idea of the work study was from one of the directors. I didn't even know that they had a program.
We have a caller. Hi, caller. You have a question?
Yes, I would like to know if the programs that you offer, let's say that I go for one of them and then I don't get to use my skills right away, do you offer refresher courses or something to keep myself up to date in terms of the subject matter, like for the programs, or any updates that are provided to the students that have attended your programs?
Yes, actually that's a very great question. We actually do. A lot of times our students, they graduate, and the placement rate, we're above 80% placement, job placement. So sometimes there's some that get a job and then don't. So then what they do is they say, hey, I want a refresher course like in Spanish medical terminology, or hey, I forgot how to do phlebotomy. So I know that they do work with the Nlei team to get themselves inside a training so that they can refresh their skills, especially for phlebotomy. You know, that's really important because you need to remember how to take out blood, how to draw blood. So I know that they do work with you, and you know, we can make sure that if you call us at our 773-247-0707 number, we can have you talk to somebody and they can direct you on how to go about it if you want to take a refresher course. We'll just plug you in with one of the cohorts that we already have going. We always have students come back for CPR. You know, we have students that are working in the field and their CPR card expired, so then we plug them back into a CPR class. So this is very common where we always plug our students back in if they need it. They just need to let us know, and again, they can just reach out to us and we'll let them know how to go about it. Absolutely. Thank you very much, caller. I hope I answered your question.
Yeah, thank you.
Thank you. Yeah, so I think that's really important to know, the fact that we always provide refresher courses, the fact that we're always working with students. And I know that this is something that, you know, maybe you can talk about it. When I was reading that article, it also talked about how it keeps you mentally active, right? You know, instead of sitting at home and watching TV, you know, what can you talk about the mentally active? It keeps you busy, you know?
Right. Well, it's amazing because I studied in my country when I was young. I could say mainly in my 20s, when it's intense in the university. Rhythm of study is very intense, and then it was like a long time that I didn't study in that intensity. And now in my 50s, I am here in Chicago in another language and with big books. But I mean, it was like, I feel young. I feel young. I was like trying. I think the young girls that were there was saying, "Oh, that lady must be crazy. She thinks it's our age."
No.
I was doing all my stuff, and I really didn't even have time to think about my age. I felt I fit there.
Wow.
I fit there, and I was having my good scores, but I recognize sometimes whatever a young person does with one reading, maybe I needed it twice, but I enjoyed it. I loved those contents, so I went the second time, but I got it.
Wow.
Yeah, but it was nice. It's been one of the most beautiful experiences that I have had since I came to the country 10 years ago.
Wow,
yes.
That's very special.
With the teachers and with the contents of the books and the subjects. Yes.
That's very special. So I know that Rosa, you know, she brought a lot of insight from someone that came from a different country. Now is going on externships, going to work with an employer, and hopefully, you know, she gets a job right away, right after her externship. And I'm pretty sure someone's going to hire you right after your externship, because she's just a phenomenal person. A lot of us at Nlei got an honor to work with her and get to know her beautiful personality. So I know that, you know, this is an opportunity for someone in mid-age to get personal growth, better job prospect. It's a sense of accomplishment, right? Mm-hmm. And I know you can talk about how you're feeling. Do you feel like you're about to end the program? How do you feel right now?
Well, I feel like I belong to the United States. I have to give back all what the United States have given back to me. Have given to me. It's like a provision from God, and if God gives us something, it's because He trusts us that we can use it in benefit of the community. I feel like I have the responsibility now of using all what I learned in benefit of others and better support for my mother. I still have my mother, and she's 84, and see for her.
And you take care of your mother right now?
Yes, I do.
Can you tell us a little bit about that?
Well, she was a teacher. She in her country, in our country. She worked in the primary school level. She retired, and my father died. And then she was always a lady. Like when she was a teacher, she was a principal in their school, and she didn't have a typing school. She had a whole primary school.
Wow.
She was the owner of that primary school. I just had my little Italian school,
Yeah.
but she was a very special lady when she was in her working season, right?
Yeah.
Okay.
So you're her primary caretaker right now, correct?
Yes, I am taking care of her, and she's there happy, and she is so comfortable with me, and I will never give her away to my brothers or sisters because I am blessed to have her.
Well,
with me.
imagine that, you here again, you came into our medical office specialist program, which is accredited, which there's financial aid, which there's WIOA funding if for those that qualify, of course. And she took advantage of the grant that's available to take our course. And of course, this is something that she did, and she's caring for her mom right now, and she has to learn the computer, and she has to make sure her English is right. So I know you had a lot on your hand, and you did it all, and that's to me that I applaud you because that is amazing that you're able to do all of that.
When my husband was still he was in his realized 3 years of life in the nursing home. I used to do my school, and then I went to the nursing home to stay with him, and then I had to spend overnight trying to do my homework.
Wow.
But I mean, since I like it, it was not a burden for me.
Well,
I was taking care of him even when he was with
I
me.
know we have to cut the show. We have a minute left. I just want to remind you all, we're located on 2011 West Pershing Road. You can visit us at www.nlei.org, and our phone number is 773-247-0707, extension 200. Again, thank you very much, Rosa, and thank you very much, the viewers. Thank you. And again, this is Jennifer Sanchez with NLEI's Empower You Show. Thank you very much. You guys have a great day.